Okay, so I joined Twyford in the 2004 season. I've been at Redcliffe. I played all my adult cricket at Redcliffe. Started. I think I was 8 when I played my first game in the Redcliffe fourth team, and then was there till 2003. And then I played. I wanted to play cricket all the time when I was a kid, so I played for about 5 or 6 different junior teams just so I could play every night. So I was playing for Barragurney and Lodway and Almondsbury because they all played different nights. So that way I got to play every night. So a lot of travelling around for mum and dad. But yeah, so 2004 was the year I joined. So I think so proudest moments are always kind of team related. I think for me. So the 3 promotions since I've been involved in the club. So 2004, obviously the first season I joined. 2009, after we got relegated and went straight back up the next year, and then in 2017 again. I think the first and the last one were the 2 proudest ones. So it was a really big deal for Twyford to get into the Whipple League for the first time. I'd obviously been playing against Twyford for Redcliffe for quite a few years before that, and they were always knocking on the door and desperate to get up. So to be part of that first season was brilliant. And I remember, I think Ray mentioned it in his video, that the party that evening was something else. There was kind of champagne everywhere, and it was brilliant. And so that was definitely one of the proudest. And then the last one, actually, when we got promoted in 2017, when it looked like it wasn't going to happen, and then I think Frenchy were playing Nailsea, and were ahead of us in the league. We were playing Congresbury, who were top. I think Nailsea was second going into the last game, and we were third. And Frenchy played really well all season, and they were expected to beat Nailsea, who were down at the bottom of the table. I can't remember all of the details, but I remember hearing on the sidelines that Frenchy were getting skittled, and then Frenchy got skittled, I think, from early 100, and then Nailsea looked like they were coasting. Sorry, Frenchy looked like they were coasting. They just started losing wickets left, right, and centre, and you could hear all the people around the boundary talking about it, and we were getting that kind of live feed on the side. So then all of a sudden our game started to get really tense, and Chris Thackeray bowled a really good spell at the end, and we managed to nip over with about 10 runs to spare, I think, and that was a brilliant feeling on the pitch. I remember all my family, but also everybody watching, just kind of running on the pitch after. So yeah, those were probably my proudest moments, I think, playing for Twyford. Best player. So this is always difficult to single people out because everybody brings kind of something different to a team. I think obviously Rich Trotman and Chris Taylor joined us last year, and Chris is a former Gloucestershire captain, so he's obviously a pretty decent player. And then Rich has kind of dominated local cricket for a long time. So those 2 are 2 of the better players I've played with at Twyford. And then going back further, so I only played with Wills kind of towards the end of his career because he was really old back then, and obviously even older now. So more of it was playing against him, but I remember him being a really good bowler and one of the hardest people to face playing against him. And then the first few years I was at Twyford, he just had that kind of match winning game in him. So games you just thought you're out of, he could turn it. He just had that kind of X factor. So he was really good. And then actually Tom Armfield as well. I traded my sister for him to come and play for Twyford, which was well worth it. He is a good bowler, but was a really good bowler when he joined us, and probably the most gifted batsman we've had as well. So those are 4 probably that stand out for me. So I'm going to do 2 for me. Same as Will, it's Robin Moore. Obviously still with us, just not playing at the club. He was brilliant when I first joined Twyford. Really welcoming. It was relatively difficult for me joining. I knew a few of the guys, but I didn't know a lot of people. And I've been at Redcliffe a long time, and like I said, played there 15 years, I think it was. And it was a really big move for me to move not only to a different club, but to a club in the same division. That was a real difficult decision for me. And he was just really welcoming when I joined, and probably one of the most enthusiastic people I've ever played with. He was a great teammate. He was, if you could have 11 Robin Moores, you'd do it right. So miss him not being around. And then Neil Hall as well, Mushy. So he was captain when I first joined, and I think he was captain for over 10 years. And again, was great when I first joined, and kind of took me under his wing and helped me out a load as well. So those are two that I think I miss the most. So I'm going to go for kind of a collection of moments. So I think what I like about Twyford is when we have kind of double wicket days or family fun days, things like that, and just even general kind of games when the sun's out, we seem to get more people watching us than any club I've ever kind of played against before. Loads of ex-players still interested in the club. All the families, obviously kids go up and watch. So my kids, but a load of kids, and when you're playing and you're looking around and there's loads of people there, kids running around having a good time. That's the thing that stands out for me. Okay, so this was difficult, but I think so. When I joined in 2004, I was living in Clevedon, which was a relatively long drive, obviously, to the ground each week. And wanting to have a beer, it resulted in me sleeping at the club on quite a few occasions, especially that first season. There was a usual crowd of obviously me, Crazy, Shez, Tony Carroll, and then obviously yourself, Wasey. So the funniest thing for me that will always stand out is one Saturday evening, obviously staying in the club, having quite a few drinks. Obviously not past last orders, that would be ridiculous. But there was a jar of pickled eggs, and I've not seen anybody touch them at all since I joined the club. And then I remember you kind of starting to tuck into them and just going and going and going, and it must have been a kilogram worth of pickled eggs in that jar. And then you basically ate the lot, and then I've got vague recollections of just being outside on the balcony, and you had lovely long flowing hair back in those days, and stroking your hair as you were sick off the balcony. So I think that's probably the funniest moment for me. It's the people, it's the place, it's the social side, it's the atmosphere. It's just a brilliant club to be part of.